Welcome back to this segment 218, day 218, from pages 569 and 570. This being lesson 190. And won't you join me here today? This is an audio-visual version of my novel, The Sovereign Light, named after my ministry. And my name is Reverend Maria Arvanitidis, and this is a course in metaphysical spirituality. So find yourself a comfortable spot and open up to the space of where you feel most trusting to open up and surrender. And do this by concentrating and focusing only on the very simple thing called breathing. And you can be sitting or standing, however, opt to close your eyes or keep them open, just as long as you keep your back straight. And with that said, take a few deep breaths in and feel it going, how deep it might be going. And relax and just breathe it out again. And see how you can do this in a circular motion of breathing in and breathing out without any gaps in between, of swallowing, for example, and keep doing this. And as we go into this suggestible state, may you join me as this reality joins with yours through my screen to yours, and diffusing into your field, your holographic field. So, what does it mean to trust and surrender? Have you come up with anything since the last time we've opened to this discussion? Has it changed you in any kind of way? Have you been taking notes or noticed it a little bit more to be aware of it? In complete surrender, an anchoring from within can, and from this level of trust, enlightenment will take its place to welcome itself home. And today I want to hear you repeat these words synchronistically in any way that feels most comfortable to hear yourself say them, or even think them, or be open and suggestible to accepting them in to your reality, that it may reflect throughout your day and perhaps show itself through many opportunities. Shall we begin? To surrender in complete trust is transcendence. To surrender in complete trust is transcendence. To surrender in complete trust is transcendence. When the self can surrender in complete trust, it will be in a state of rebirth, In this way, it can change and or reach other dimensions and realities at its own whim. The resurrection is possible then, and can be the way out from coming back again, because heaven is the place of no return. And just breathe that in for a moment. It is like the energy to go back just is not there to generate and facilitate the treadmill with self on it. The self no more can be bothered and by its tyrants to have a trigger reaction from. It can become so drained, and instead the off balance can be felt as within from a headache, for example. However, with the proper nutrition and stepping away to recalibrate and monitor your breathing to restore the self back to center again. So notice the breath. Notice your breath. Stay in this present moment always, because that is the only place you will find your power in. And notice the breath always, and where it is coming to center, and where from the body does it expand and contract the most or the least. And feel the depth and duration of its length. Really study how the self breathes today. Does the tummy expand outward when it breathes in and just from below the sternum? Does the heart expand from every breath in? Or does the lower regions below the navel contract and expand with every breath out? These are the many references of variations that people use in this thing called meditation. To surrender in complete trust is transcendence. Really study the breath today and where it takes the self. Notice when the body closes in and the breath is deprived, how tired and yawning will trigger it to breathe deeper again. Practice, and without the yawn, can the self breathe? In the way the body could have done with a yawn? Can the self breathe enough to make up for the yawn and not yawn? This is a great technique to learn, and when in amongst the many, to regenerate from the absence of the yawn and not feel tired anymore nor drained. Almost like a herd immunity I'm getting here. Witness the expansion, and when contracting, what causes the self to shut down. The purpose for today is to understand the breath and the importance of the many frequencies it can reach to touch in those realities of its own making just by breathing the life into them. And so I think we've done this in a meditation before with the Merkaba, at how we can inseminate our field through breath, visualization, and intention, and then just let go of it. To not think about it anymore, or dwell on it, or hang on to it too long, and just let it go and go about your day. It's another way of practicing and a tool to have within your toolbox, a very simple and elegant one. And so with that said, you can slowly start to come around, and at any time with any of these segments, feel free to pause and extend whatever it is that we're practicing, and then unpause again and continue on. As you go about your day, just blink your eyes slowly open if you haven't had them open already, and just breathe in these few words throughout the day to remind yourself to surrender in complete trust is transcendence. To surrender in complete trust is transcendence. To surrender in complete trust is transcendence.